Greetings again. This is Dr. Bill Wyatt with the American Orthodontic Society, and I want to talk this morning a little bit about decalcification. It's a problem everybody has, and especially when you're doing orthodontics, you run into this problem, and it used to show up so plain, and it was embarrassing to treat somebody and have a lot of this decalcification. Now it comes about by eating sugar filled food, and we have everything you can think of's got sugar in it today, so we have a problem with it, but we have a helper, and that's what we call a sealant that we put over the teeth. Now let's just look at a little bit of this decalcification, and I'll just show you what I think I will. Okay, back again here. Here's a young man that I had that was just would not brush his teeth. I mean, I talked with him for 2 or 3 times, and I got his mother in, and I talked to her, and she talked to him and everything, but he just flat would not brush his teeth good at all. And this is back, we were using brackets, and so you got a decalcification around the bracket. Let me get a little marker here, and we can show that. The decalcification is in a circle around the bracket, and that is something that shows exactly how you were treating the teeth. It's very embarrassing when some patient of yours comes from a dentist who's referring to you, and you send him back over with his teeth looking like this. The guy just he doesn't like it. Now they're going to decay. They're going to have this decalcification anyway. Now the surface of the tooth where the decalcification is, it eats the it takes the enamel and dissolves the calcium deposit in it, and causes it to be very soft. You can actually scrape the enamel off like this. Now you can take fluoride treatments and remineralize the decalcified enamel, but you can't get away from this color that it has. I mean, you're going to have this white bleached out color around in these circles on the teeth, and it's just not something you like to have. Now, you can come in, and it looks like this cuspid right over here. We've scraped some of that out. You can come in and scrape it out and put filling in there, but it is a real problem, and it never does look real good. So most of the time people will have to have some facings put on the teeth to do this. Now, we have excellent sealants today, and this probably was back before we had some good sealants in here, so we would just cover the whole tooth with this sealant, just etched it and cover the whole tooth with the sealant, and then you bond your bracket onto the sealant, you see. Now, if a person brushes real good, they'll brush the sealant off, but in places where they didn't, the brush doesn't get to it good, like this right here, that area will stay sealed for a long time. And thank goodness for having sealants like this. That saves you a lot of trouble. So we just sealed every tooth. We put a bracket on when I retired from this, and that helped greatly. Even if the person didn't brush good, they wouldn't have these circles around the teeth like that, and they wouldn't have to come in. Now, I got the young man's mother in a couple of times, and I showed her what we had, and she fussed at him and all this other stuff, but it didn't seem to do any good. The young man just still wouldn't brush his teeth. And so you've got to take the brackets off. And so I took them off, but thank God I had this case pretty well finished before we just had to remove the brackets before I got ready to take them off. But you can't keep them over there with somebody just not brushing their teeth. And I contacted the mother, but I decided that at that time that later on, I mean, the young man had to go and have these teeth filled, and it was a big expense. And the father came in to me, and he kind of chewed me out for not stopping this earlier, or not keeping the boy, or not making him brush his teeth and everything. And I told him about his mother and everything, and he said, yeah, but you didn't tell me. So from then on, if I had somebody that didn't brush their teeth, I made their mother and their father come in and show them. We either got to pull these braces off, or we have to start brushing the teeth, and that kind of taught me a lesson. And this is the case that I learned that lesson back in 1986, and we went along with that for the rest of my practice, and we had him finished pretty good, so it wasn't a bad total loss here, but it's an embarrassing thing to have a dentist refer you a patient and you put braces on his teeth, and then they get decalcified like this, and that's very embarrassing. But you see this cuspid tooth, how you could actually just scrape the enamel out. Now you can treat minor decalcifications with a fluoride treatment, and it will harden the enamel, or if you take care of it and start brushing it, it'll kind of remineralize itself to some extent. So just pass this on, and I hope it will help keep you from having this problem that I had, and I sure learned to do that. So anyway, that's decalcification, and I think this is the last picture we've got in this bunch, and I just wanted to kind of remind you of what you can do. And so use sealants, and then try the best you can to get the person to brush their teeth, and watch them very carefully. So I'll hang up here and say goodbye, and hope to see you again, and hope you'll learn something from this, and will join our group and subscribe to our channel. So thank you, and I'm going to hang up. See you. Bye-bye.